Hello everybody and welcome to Creativity Time. My name is Tatiana. I'm from Tatiana Creative. There we go, got volume going on the wrong spot. My name is Tatiana. I stamp and blog under Tatiana Creative, and this is my weekly creative inspiration live where I hope to inspire you to spend some time during our busy weeks to be creative. And why would you want to be creative? Well, it's good in all sorts of aspects. For me, I have found that it soothes my soul. And what I really love about the potential of creativity, or specifically card making, is that you can send that card to someone and inspire them, but not just inspire them, but bring a smile to their face. Who doesn't like receiving happy mail, honestly? So I'm trying to inspire you to be creative and then to send some joy on. Today, I will be using the brand new Cheerful Basket because this was one of my top items in the new annual catalogue. So the annual catalogue started earlier this month, and I am currently running a BOGO sale to celebrate the new catalogue. So the BOGO sale is buy one and get same value free. So you shop, you'll just need to join my Facebook group, which I've got the link in the video description. And there you'll find some albums with all my pre-loved products that are searching for new wonderful homes. Type sold under those products, tally up all of that, fill it in, form in, and let me know. And then all you have to do is spend at my online store before postage the same amount. And then you get all of those pre-loved goodies for free. So you get twice the value of that, but you'll have to pay postage, or you can pick up if you're one of my local customers. I am excited, but I'm most excited about crafting with this brand new bundle. So let's enough chit chat. Here is the bundle. Once again, it's called Cheerful Basket, and I will be super duper honest that this particular image right here with all the crafting supplies is the one that attracted me to this bundle. Who doesn't like a basket full of crafting supplies? And there's some coordinating dies, which is very exciting. So let's see, you can cut out these love hearts, you can cut out the craft supplies and the apples, you can cut out the basket. You can also create a basket with just dies. You can add the handle to the basket. There's some leaves. You can die cut out the kitty and the butterfly, and then create some more apples and some sprigs and twigs. And then there's this cute die cut and emboss that creates like a little blanket or towel, picnicky kind of thing. Anyhow, and the sentiments are lovely too. Sending you some get well cheer. You fill my day with happiness, inspired by you. Isn't that sweet? I've seen people say hi. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Am I going to use the kitty? Tanya's asking. I wasn't going to use the kitty. I've got to say the cats aren't my thing. I'm more of a dog person. Sorry, people. And we don't have any pets. I understand pets, but in terms of wanting it, yeah, anyway, I was going to use the crafting supplies, to be honest, because that's what really attracted me to this set. Anyhow, so let's get stamping. So when you buy photopolymer from Stampin' Up, it comes on this sheet, and then you'll see the imaging on the back of this. I've just remembered I didn't plug in my phone, and I don't think the cord reaches. Oh, it just reaches. There we go. That will stop us from losing connection. Anyhow, so I'm not going to spend some time, but the idea is that you store them on the back cover. So you peel them off here and then place them over the image, and that way you can see what you have and what you're using and what is perhaps missing. But I feel like watercoloring. Does anyone else feel? Oh, can I also point out this gorgeous grid paper? This is the brand new Abigail Rose grid paper that comes in the 5 new in colors. So this particular sheet is the new Sweet Sorbet. And I want the craft supplies because who doesn't want a basket full of craft supplies, honestly? Isn't that just the best thing ever? And no, I'm going to go with Stampin' Blends. I've been tossing and turning, not tossing and turning, I've been changing my mind, deliberating. So I'm going to stamp that on some basic white in Memento Black ink. And the reason why we use Memento when we're using our stamping blends is that Memento Black is a water-based ink and our stamping blends are alcohol-based. And that means that the stamping doesn't bleed into our colouring. Now I've also grabbed a Stampin' Pierce mat so that there's a bit of padding underneath so that I get a better, crisper stamped image. Perfect. Whoops. Should concentrate on what I'm doing instead of the camera. Otherwise I'll end up putting ink on the wrong side, which would not be good. And we're going to colour this in. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I haven't got the new natural range of blends, the skin tones, which would be perfect for this. So I am going to just use the bronze marker. Well, not just, I am going to use the bronze marker. And when you only have one, it's still possible to get that nice blended look, because the markers are layerable. That's not a real word. You can layer the marker. So I'm going to give that, should have used the brush tip in, but anyway. And then I'm going to go over the areas of shadowing. So just here over again. I'm going to switch ends. Though I don't like the brush tip in, because once you use it a little bit, it loses its I don't know, it's not my style. Yeah, going back. And what I love about the stamping blends is that they don't have any of that streakiness. But once the alcohol evaporates, you're left with this smooth colouring. It's like I'm a pro at colouring. So I'm using the little line marks that Stampin' Up has put into the Stampers My Guide for where I colour a bit darker. I'm just layering that on. So basically I'm just colouring it, and I'm going to zoom in for this. There we go. I know the bucket's on the side, but there. And now I'm going to colour so as you can see, I'm getting that tonal variation there, even though I'm just using the one colour marker. And that's what I love about the bronze one. And the new skin tone collection would be the same. Yes, they're sold in pairs. You can use them as you do in the pairs of the other colours, but you can also use that one colour multiple times to create that depth. And if you can keep going. So I've already done a few layers there, and you just keep adding it. So let it dry a bit so that you can see how much, or if you like it and if you feel that there's a need for more, and then add some more. So these parts seem to be behind the other one, so I'm just going to add some darker across there, as if that cross panel would give some shadow. Can you see that? And then what I'll also do is just go over these lines, the wooden texture. And at first it looks sharp or different, not quite, but just let the alcohol evaporate and you'll see that there's that more subtle texture appearing as that color settles. So there's that bucket. I'll do the handle in a different color. Let me know what color you think. And I'm thinking, should we, or should I? I'm thinking yes, let's do the new in colors across the top. I've got packed away in my little travel bag to work on some other projects. So one of the new in colours is Tahitian Tide. We've got Parakeet Parody, Sweet Sorbet, and then we've got Orchid Oasis and what's the last one? Starry Sky. So when I travel with my blends, I put them in a bag and I elastic them, tie them together in the sets, because that way I'm not rummaging through a bag going, where's the dark, where's the light, missing something. So this way I am all set and ready. So I'm taking the Tahitian Tie, and I like the bullet end, and I always, not always, but I like to start with the darker color and put in the shadows. So I'm doing this piece of paper, and where there's supplies on top, that would be darker. And now I blend in, add the light, and blend it all in. So let me know, what were your top products in the new annual catalogue? What are you keen to get your hands on? Because this was mine. For those joining in, this is the Cheerful Basket bundle, and this was my top must have in the new annual catalogue, the 2020 to 2022. No, 2022 to 2023. Geez, I'm stuck in 2020. That was a great year for everyone, wasn't it? Now let's do this one as well. That pencil in the Tahitian Tide. How amazing is this color? Honestly, it's so cool. I'm going to grab a grey. Grab the one that's in my travel bag. I'm getting the grey granite to add some detail there. I'll do the coloured handles to the scissors, and my mum was talking to me about red scissors this morning, so I'm going to use Sweet Sorbet. Something about that conversation about red scissors. Again, starting with the dark and then blending. Do you ever get inspired by colours in conversations, or let me know? You're a very quiet bunch, unless I'm missing the comments, of course, which is completely plausible because that happens quite a bit, particularly when I'm concentrating. So there's little inky fill bottles there. I know our lids are white, but you know, I wanted to do something a little bit different. And I also got yesterday in the mail, I had a very big happy mail day yesterday. I also got the new, I can't even remember. So there was a demonstrator only crafting event coming up from Stampin' Up, virtual all at home, and you can pre-order a suite, which I also received. And the suite came with this gorgeous ribbon. It's soft sea foam, but I'm absolutely in love with it. And I know that it says soft sea foam, but for some reason I still connected it with Party Parakeet. So that's why I'm going to do the ribbon in Party Parakeet today. See, so there'll be some shadow there and there, and a bit there from its, well, ribbon doesn't travel per se, but from its way there. And then fill in. Ooh, I know a good embossing folder to use today. One that I have not used enough. There. And let's, yeah, why not? You're concentrating with me. Excellent. I'm gonna make that ink pad also Parakeet Party parakeet. I don't know why I keep, well, you get the general gist in terms of which colour I'm talking about. There we go, and I'll do the pad in grey. I know it's white, but I don't want to leave. Don't be afraid of white space, but sometimes I like to colour things in grey, even though they're supposed to be white. And I am kind of extending my colouring beyond the image a little bit, because that'll sit. We'll die cut these two separately and that'll sit inside the basket. So you're not going to really see the fact that I've extended the colouring a bit. And I know I'm going to do that in grey. Might as well colour that in. And I'm thinking Orchid Oasis next. So the Orchid Oasis is more of a purple colour, and the Starry Sky is more blue, and they both work really well. And I did share on my Facebook page here the live from Sarah Douglas this morning, the CEO of Stampin' Up, and they were talking about how they create, or how they pick and research the new in colours. And they talked about colour buddies, which was their way of talking about colours that work well together. And Orchid Oasis and the new other colour, which is Starry Sky, are colour buddies. So I thought that was a really fun fact to learn. So I'm going to, it's a very dark colour, but it is different to Misty Moonlight, and it is different to Night of Navy. That is very dark. Now, if you find something a little too dark with the Stampin' Blends, this is where the colour lifter can come in handy. You can just go over it and lighten it that little bit. And there we go. I'm quite happy, much happier with that. Lightened. And I might do the rest of that as well in. Is that the light? No, I like to start with the dark. There. And that, there's a little sheet of paper here. That lid. Great. And finally, I have decided on a sweet sorbet for the bucket handle. Is it a bucket or a basket? Does it really matter? Just zoom out again. Does it really matter? And I'll grab Mini Bailey, who can help us do some die cutting. Let's bring, we'll need this one for that, and yay, I picked the right one. Isn't it always satisfying? Now, I probably took a piece of cardstock that was too big for the mini. I did indeed. Would be nice to die cut these out at the same time. Nope, they'll be better off going through this way. There is in the new catalogue a magnetic plate. Unfortunately, it's not quite out, the supplies have not quite reached us. So while there is no magnetic plate, I just use a little bit of post-it kind of strips to hold my die in place. That way I know it's not going to move during the die cutting process, because I'd like my things to remain nice and straight. Oh my goodness, it has just started to pour rain, like bucket down. So I didn't really need to extend the colour that much as I did. It's not a big deal, I didn't extend it too much. And now the bucket. Oh, I've got so many ideas. Ooh. Too many ideas on how we're going to complete this card. I'm thinking sweet sorbet. And can I just say, if you do love these in colors, the best deal in town is the joining kit, because at the moment the joining kit is the same price. You get the same, well, you actually get more value than normal. So you still pick $235 worth of any products that are currently available to demonstrators for $169. That includes shipping, and then you also get $116 in value of the new ink colors, including this gorgeous grid paper. So there we go. So this is what I meant. It's going to sit right in there, and how cute is that? Isn't that just adorable? And I am going to grab, this is a embossing folder set called Stripes and Splatters, and I'm thinking the splatters would look quite fun behind this. And because I need to use new products, these are the deckled rectangles that are available in the new catalogue. And let's do something. There we go. That will fit there, and that'll fit there. Had to check. And we're going to cut that out of sweet sorbet. Let's cut 3 inches off that. So I know 3 inches fits beautifully in the mini stamp cut emboss machine. So I would die cut first, then emboss, because if you emboss first, your die cutting can squish the embossing. I'm really excited to see what this die will look like. Yep. And my sleeve crack is going to make it a bit difficult, so I'll take the... I do have another plate. I'm just using the cracked one to see how long it'll last. I'm curious to see when it will crack, but you certainly do not have to do that. It's just it feels like an achievement when you crack an embossing, not an embossing, a crack. Oh, isn't that a fun, it's kind of like a torn edge. Don't know if you can fully see it, torn edge, but that will look a lot of fun behind this. And now we shall emboss it. Now, is this a 3D embossing folder? Yes, so 3D means that I need the bottom plate and there, plate number 4, using with 3D embossing folders. So just, you can kind of line it up which kind of splatters you might enjoy, and create your sandwich and roll it through. Love it. Isn't that a fun? Okay, there we go. If I hit the shadows correctly, I was going to say rightly. If I hit the shadows rightly. Now I want, otherwise it sounds like very, I want. I am thinking that the bucket should be on dimensionals, and then the supplies will sit about there. So I am going to search for my glue. Had a class, it's more than a week ago, but still haven't unpacked. Bit lower. add dimensionals just to that half, which are also in my bag. We've created a basket of supplies. Now this will need dimensionals in the back to keep that height difference. Kind of slip that one in right there, but I'll keep the backing on those for the moment. And what color background should we do? I'm thinking grey. Granite. Let's have a look. So we've used that. So we've got grey granite. There's that. Or we can use basic white. Try to find a pre-cut piece. Don't know if that's kind of brighter on the white. What are we thinking? So there's, give me a thumbs up if you like the grey granite for the card base, or give me a love heart if you think we should use the basic white. Tanya's voting love. Based on that, I'm already packing away the grey granite. Let's see, is this, woohoo! It is card base sized. And I just need to score it. How is that? That, and we need a sentiment, don't we? Where's the stamp set? There we go. Found it. You fill my day with happiness. I totally think that needs to go on this card. That is the perfect sentiment. And I'm going to stick to in colors. Oops. I'm going to line that. That's perfect. I'm going to line that up above our decked rectangle. Is it decked? I don't even know. Can't pronounce it. And so let's add some glue to things and stick some things down. I'm going to stamp. Oh, I didn't want to glue that down. It's all right. I'm going to have to do it this way. I wanted to use some of this fun ribbon before I glue it down. See, this is my problem. I like to glue things down so that they're stuck down and I know they're not in the way. But then when you forget to add elements. So this is the Pretty Parakeet ribbon. Actually, we could just do a bow, so we can still add the ribbon. And yeah, let's do Parakeet Party for the sentiment. Fill my day with happiness. Let's do a bow. concentrating, thinking hard. There. I'm going to spread that out. Oh, it's quite dainty. Where are my snips? I much prefer them. There we go. Snips have got a nice sharp tip to them. Just going to spread that. How's that? I think that kind of works. Should we tuck it more? I think more on the handle, and I'm going to use a glue dot. Right there. And before we finish, we've got two more things to stamp. We need an envelope. And even though the cardstock is white, I sometimes still like to add a card insert, even in white, because just the cut. When we add all these beautiful layers to our card front, it becomes a little bit heavier, and then the back becomes so light. So just to even that balance weight, that I don't need to repeat, just the balance. And what we're going to do is stamp the crafting supplies grabbed. That's all good. And we'll stamp the crafting supplies on the envelope flap. Perfect. This is a bit of a sneak peek in the envelope as to what's the contents of this card. If you wanted to, you could color those in as well. With the envelope, you need to make sure you're on that, because that will bleed through the entire envelope and onto the front. But I kind of like to leave the envelope. I have colored in envelopes in the past, but I also prefer to leave them blank. I also feel envelopes I keep my envelopes. To all my crafty friends out there, I keep all the envelopes with the cards. But they do often get thrown out, so I try to spend a bit of less time on my envelopes. But there we go. Happiness crafting, happiness bundle. Let's flip to, and so there we go. One more peek. There is our project today using the, I'm gonna get the right name, Cheerful Basket bundle. So that's a bundle is where you get the stamps and coordinating dies, or punch, but dies in this case. And this is what we've created, and it's focusing on the new 2022 to 2024 in colors. So I really like that, which you can get as part of your starter kit. Or you can shop my BOGO sale, so buy one, get same value free, by shopping my pre-loved stamp sets, dies, punches, and embossing folders. And you'll get them for free with an order of the same value. So shop my goodies, total it up, I'll give you some confirmation, and then you pay the postage for those, as well as place your order, and you'll get those pre-loved goodies. And I'm so excited to be sending them to good homes, because they get a little neglected here because I get too excited with new stuff. Anyhow, the sale ends tomorrow, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, so that's the 12th of May 2022. So you've got plenty of time to check that all out. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them here or contact me via Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or my email address at stamping@tatianacreative.com.au. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week for another live. Bye for now.